Good evening, everyone. It's another soulful night of Deep Soul, and tonight I am joined by an artist that's on the move so much, it took a year for this interview, seriously. She's an R&B/pop singer with a profound sense of faith that exudes in the music that she writes. Here to share her story that strengthens, I am so happy to welcome Caylody. Everybody, I am joined by, I just had a stutter, joined by Caylody, which is funny because I thought that was Caylody, but it's Caylody.
Yep, Caylody.
And everybody's kind of messed up your name when it comes to that. And what kind of weird names have you gotten with Caylody?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's just like Caylody, but the reason I chose Caylody is because like nobody could say my real name. It's Kaylee, but they would say like Salia or Kylea or Callie.
How
like,
you get Salia from?
No, that's not my name. So yeah, I changed it.
I love it. Okay, so with your real name being Kaylee and your artist name being Caylody, there's not a separation when it comes to the creating and the process of your music. When with it, like you don't have this is Kaylee speaking, this is Caylody speaking. It's not like that.
Nope.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so you are from a military family.
Yep.
How was that? Like I know you've been on the move a lot. Like what kind of places have you been? Has it been difficult?
My gosh. It's been hard, but also I wouldn't trade it because it's definitely made me who I am and it's made me really adaptable. But I've moved 21 times and I am 21, so it's just like crazy. But yeah, we, like, for instance, we lived in Korea when I was 2, like 1 to 3-ish, somewhere in there. And then we moved back to the States, and then we were kind of in the Southeast for several years, and then we moved to Germany when I was 12. So I was in Germany from age 12 to 16, which is like the longest I've ever been in one place. So that definitely was culturally more home to me. And then I came back to the States and then went to Belmont like 2 years after that. And so it's just been, especially at Belmont, that was a big process, like learning the things about me that weren't really American. And now I feel like I've transitioned back. And then, Nashville, then moved to LA. My family's in Knoxville, and then back in Nashville. So.
And it's actually like going way back, I guess, to the 12-year-old, and that's when you started, writing and singing your songs. Yeah. But professionally, you've been in music for, I think we talked about it being 3 years. And you've already overcome so many different things, but we'll get into that later. How did you find yourself to Nashville? It was Belmont. And how was the experience at Belmont? How was it like getting in? Because it is very competitive when it comes to that school.
Yeah, the songwriting major in particular, they have different people from Sony and Warner come in and listen to your songs to decide whether or not you get into the program. No, not at all. So yeah, I sent in my little high school EP. That I'm not going to tell anyone how to find that. So we sent it in, and it got me into the school. And so, yeah, I would say that Belmont really sharpened my tools. You don't go there knowing nothing, but once you get there, you feel like you know nothing because it's just, there's so much information about the music industry itself. I didn't even know what a publisher was until I got to Nashville, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
It brought you to a whole new world.
Yeah, and then figuring out, whether I wanted to be more in the business aspect or the creative aspect, and figuring out that I kind of had a brain for both, but I really prefer the creative. And then Belmont also helped me kind of like hone in on my artistry. I had 2 professors in particular who, one of them, I played a song in his class and we had to basically just answer questions about ourselves, and one of them was like, are you behind the scenes or are you the artist on stage? And I said, behind the scenes, I'm a writer, producer. Played the song, and he was like, no, you're an artist. Next.
No, I was like, no talking about it.
No, he didn't like consult me about my life decision. And so I was like, okay. So yeah,
What made him like say that? Like, what do you think?
I don't know.
You
it
haven't
could have
thought
been
about
like how I played the song. And honestly, I think people just like assume that I'm country because I'm in Nashville. So when I'm not, they're like, who is this? And so that was probably intriguing. But then, I don't know, he just saw something in me, and he started kind of like just helping me pursue that route rather than be afraid of it, because I think that's what it was. I was just scared of it. And so 2 of my professors in particular, James Tilley and Drew Ramsey, both were like, you need to do this. And then both were also like, you should go to LA with the Belmont West program. So I give them a lot of credit for helping me grow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, you've said before that finding that scene, the R&B-Pop scene in Nashville, it's a little difficult. What did it take for you to really hone in and find that scene? What did it take?
I think just since being back, going to shows helps a lot. Like if you go to a pop person show, there's going to be like pop producers there and pop writers there. And I went to 2 different shows like just this fall and met so many people that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. And you like follow people on social media and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so cool. I want to be friends in real life. Well, now we're friends in real life. And I'm like, yeah, I just had to go to a show. So it's honestly just going out and meeting them and realizing they're just people just like you. But I would say shows is the biggest thing, because a lot of times even writers rounds are mostly country. Like usually it's like country, 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 Caylody, country, country, country. So it's not always.
Is that how it's been for the writers round that you've been involved in? Just mostly country?
A lot of them have been, unless it's like, I did play a round that was particularly, like it was called a pop writers round. So obviously everybody there was kind of pop, like hip hop, R&B. But a lot of the rounds that I play in, I'm usually the only one who's on like the R&B spectrum at all, or the pop spectrum at all. A lot of times it's country, or sometimes it's like folky pop, which that's still pop. So, but usually I'm the oddball. So.
Can you give a description of what's involved when it comes to the writers round?
So it's like usually 3 or 4 people, and you play a song that you wrote, but you usually tell a little bit about why you wrote it or the story behind it. I don't like talking forever because I feel like people are there to hear you sing. So sometimes when someone's talking for a really long time, I'm like, this is awkward, can we sing now? So I'll talk for maybe a minute and then I'll play my song, then the next person, then the next person, and then you just like go around and around again. And everybody plays like 3 or 4 songs each. It just depends. So.
Okay. And what was your first one? Was that here in Nashville?
Yeah, my first writers round. When was that? I feel like
it was like a year ago. No, 2 years ago, because you started. I think you started back in music 3 years ago. So I feel like it was way back.
I played a little show at Belmont.
We started talking.
Yes.
You was at Belmont.
I played at the Curb Cafe, but that was more like I was just opening for somebody else who had a show there, and it wasn't really a round. But then my first round, I think, was with my vocal coach. She actually organized a round for all of her students, and it was at Belcourt Taps. And I loved the feeling that I had there because I was the oddball, and that was kind of weird at first. But then everybody like froze. And they were actually listening when I sang, versus like I feel like in a bar setting, people are always talking and they're eating and they're not really paying attention. I felt bad for the other writers because I'm like, listen to their song, it's so great. And then I think just because I wasn't country, they're like, who's this? So
no, it's different. And even with you being in the R&B and pop scene, you're very pro-faith. You're very profound, like I said before, profound in your faith. So how does that help you or differ you as an artist in itself?
I think the main thing is like that it comes out in all of my stories, and it's the reason that I even share my stories. A lot of people have asked me, like, how do you tell people about this personal thing that happened in your life? And I'm like, well, God's using it to help somebody else who's been through that same thing. It's not necessarily like, I'm not the only one who's been through this ever. And so that's a big thing. But as far as like differentiating within the R&B world, it's kind of like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's really sexualized, and not everyone is that way, but I feel like the genre is kind of known for that, and that's not what I stand for in my artistry. So I think that's a big thing that kind of like sets me apart.
Yeah, because you're allowing yourself to understand that you were just a vessel when you're using your music. We have so much to talk about, I swear. Yeah. We're right back with so much more with Caylody right here on Deep Soul.
I never imagined this would be your first home.
I feel powerless. I can't stop asking, why us?
I just want to hug and kiss you and never let go.
This is the hardest thing we've ever faced. I know it's even harder on you.
You are my little fighter. We're here with you.
I believe in you. Just 4 simple words, but to a child in need, they mean the world. When you support a child through Save the Children, you're saying, I believe in you. Visit sponsor.savethechildren.org/believe today.
We cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, I mean, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. There's one thing we're focused on here at St. Jude, and that's beating this thing.
To pose, now sure. She makes the sound seem deep in the North Sea.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a beautiful Deep Soul interview with Caylody.
Hey.
I'm so happy I'm now saying it correctly.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go on and talk about the music in itself. We talked about, well, I asked you, was Heart Confessions your first album? You said no. Your first one was when you was 15.
Oh, 16.
16.
Yeah.
I was close.
Yeah.
I was close. Yeah.
I'm not going to name it.
But what was the mindset behind it? Can I at least get that? And the difference between them?
Well, the mindset was basically the same, kind of, but it was still figuring out things. Like, I still didn't know if I wanted to do the artist thing full time. I didn't know if that was who I was going to be. And
Until your teacher told you.
Yeah, so they were like, you're
an artist.
Yeah. No, I think I've secretly always wanted to be an artist, but I never had the confidence to pursue it. And it just took a long time to build that in myself and, like, stand in that.
What confidence in what area?
Vocally, yeah.
Okay.
I would sing like nobody's business in the shower, and then you put me in front of people, and my mom said, you sound like a little girl, what are you doing? And so it just took a lot of like time and prayer, and then honestly my coach here in Nashville is like the biggest growth person that I've like worked with. I had another coach, but it was more like technique, like, okay, you can stretch your range, you can do these exercises. My coach here would make me rap my lyrics in the mirror in front of her, or do something completely crazy to just get me out of my out of my shell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I struggle with that, and you can kind of hear that like in the older EP. It's just a lot more toned down. I don't really do anything crazy. It's not the R&B stuff as much, although you can like hear hints of me wanting to do that, but I was like, no, I can't do that. Like, I'm not good enough to do that. And so it's a little bit more pop, like traditional pop. But the difference would probably be that is like the genre difference, and just growing as an artist, being able to tell my stories like more coherently.
That's right.
Because I feel like they're just kind of jumbled in the older EP, and there's a lot of stuff going on that you're like, okay, what is this song actually about? And now it's more like, okay, this is what this is about. This is how she's growing through it. So yeah.
It's your the Heart Confessions that I really love. Heart Confessions because my favorite song I believe would probably be Maybe I Should Pray, and it's such a insightful song, asking you to really think about the situation you're in.
Yeah.
And instead of being worried and having those fears, because you know God didn't give you the spirit of fear, we talked about it before, you need to sit down and pray about it. So what was the situation, or can you talk about the situation that was going on in the creation of that song?
Well, it kind of stemmed from like social situations where I felt like I had to present myself as like this put together, extroverted, like I know what I'm doing person. And so that's why like in the first verse, introducing me to you, opportunity might be like, okay, you're here, this is your opportunity to show people who you are. And then they ask you questions. They're like, who are you? Where are you from? What do you do? Like, what's your identity? And you're like, you feel like your identity has to be in what you do, and it shouldn't be. And then, so it kind of started there, but honestly, when I was writing it, I was also working through some anxiety attacks that I had never really experienced before. I've always had like issues with being anxious, but this is the first time where it came to a physical level where I was getting sick and not sleeping and all sorts of things. And so, you know, there's certain things you can do like lifestyle-wise and health-wise to help with that, but it ultimately came down to like, do I believe what's in God's word, that he says that I don't have to worry because he takes care of like the birds in the air. He's gonna take care of me. All I can do is do my best. So that song was kind of like a release of that. Like maybe I should just quit worrying now.
No, it makes sense, because even the songs that we hear, and like you was talking about the Bible verse in Matthew that you told me about, we get so concerned with the situations and that's going on in our lives that we allow it to cloud us, and we don't realize that you have to just chill,
Let
slow
go.
down, let go and pray. Go into your new song now, because it's not a separation, because you bring your faith base in everything you do. Go into your new song, Let You Go. You describe that to be raw and about broken trust, correct? First I want to go into, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean for this song in itself?
Yeah, like what does the broken trust mean? Well, it was, a relationship that did not end how I thought it was going to go. It actually just didn't go how I thought it was going to go. People, I think in the heat of the moment, will make promises to you, and even when I was like, I don't know if I believe you, and they continue like promising, and
You still hear it, and
I'm like,
catch
okay,
on.
this could be it, and then it totally wasn't, and said person like freaked out and backed out last minute, and it was just like, okay, right when I started trusting you, this is what you're gonna do, and I was really angry. I was just like, no, you're not doing this, and I started getting bitter. And actually, right before I left that city, I ended up talking to them about it, and basically just having a discussion, like, what happened in your head? Like, where did this go? Like, I forgive you, but I don't trust you, and I'm very hurt by this. And they, to their credit, was like, you know what, I just jumped in way too fast, and I'm sorry. And that's when I was like, I have to let this go. I can't, like, they're allowed to make mistakes too. I made the mistake of trusting too quickly, and they made the mistake of jumping in too quickly.
And today you're going to be performing Let You Go. You're going to be performing Maybe I Should Pray and Escape.
Escape You, yeah.
I just said that high, I don't know why.
Super chill. Escape
I love
You.
It went up there. All right, so I'm really excited to get those performances. So when we come back, we're going to have a good performance by Caylody. So please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a St. Jude parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we gonna do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
Hey, this song is called Maybe I Should Pray. Yay. Introducing me to you, opportunity in my view. What's your name, your town, your brand, your calling? Now I'm falling fast. First interrogations throw me off. They normally stay on top and never go beyond the show. Soon I've had enough. Think of something witty to say. Soon as the moment slipped away, lost my chance to make a good impression. My confession is insecurity got the best of me. You can see it, can't you? Try to hide it, never fight it, need help from above. Why does this problem keep on distracting me repeatedly? Oh, crying don't do no good. No one else can do a thing. We got nothing left to say. Maybe we should pray. Maybe we should pray. You think I'd have learned by now, still not cutting it, show me how. I'm supposed to keep up with perfection, can't connect to you. Why do we always feel like we're alone? Even though we know we won't admit it doesn't fit to face up to the truth. Why does this problem keep on distracting us? When we gonna trust that crying don't do no good? No one else can do a thing. We got nothing left to say. Maybe we should pray. Why does this problem them keep on distracting us. When are we gonna trust? They're crying, don't do no good. No one else can do a thing. We got nothing left to say. Maybe we should pray. Maybe we should pray. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe we should pray. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we should pray, 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 pray. Maybe we should pray. This song is called Let You Go. I kept to myself, think you could tell. Drew me in like a moth to a candle. Thought it was nothing I couldn't handle, but it wasn't long before I fell. Told you to slow down, that I'd been around, but you wanted to keep moving quicker. Never wanted this heart to be bitter, but then you disappear without a sound. And now I'm wondering how you sit there so calmly, and all the while I'm losing the battle in my mind to just let you go. Thinking about what could be, then maybe you still want me, but this time can't wait around till you show. So I've gotta let you go. Yeah, I've gotta let you go. Every day I've gotta let you go. Figure out how to let you go. I need to realize you were never mine. Even though the stars were aligning, maybe it just wasn't God's timing, but you had me believe we were fine. And now I'm wondering why you sit there so calmly, and all the while I'm losing the battle in my mind to just let you go. Thinking about what could be, then maybe you still want me, but this time can't wait around till you show. So I've gotta let you go. Yeah, I've got to let you go. Every day I've gotta let you go. Figure out how to let you go. I should stop thinking about this. I'll go round and around and around and never quit. Yeah, I should stop thinking about this. I'll go round and around and around and never quit. It never quits, but you sit there so calmly, and all the while I'm losing the battle in my mind to just let you go. Thinking about what could be, then maybe you still want me, but this time can't wait around till you show. So I've gotta let you go. Yeah, I've gotta let you go. Figure out how to let you go. Every day I've got to let you go. Na, yeah. This last song is called Escape You. Darling, I'm always dreaming of you, and you never seem to leave my mind. Even when I'm not asleep, your voice fills my head, and I can't seem to escape you. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, you're everywhere and everything. I see you in the clouds, see you in the rain. Got me asking how nobody is the same. No, your love is on the brain. I can't run away, infatuated, and I'll always stay with you. Oh, yeah. Baby, what else can I say? Infatuated, and I'll always stay with you. Darling, I'm always dreaming of you, and you never seem to leave my mind. Even when I'm not asleep, your voice fills my head, and I can't seem to escape you. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, you're the only thing in view. I see you in the clouds, I see you in the rain. Got me asking how nobody is the same. No, yes, your love is on the brain. And you don't need to try, you don't need to change. Yeah, your love is in the brain. Nobody is the same. And I can't run away, infatuated, and I'll always stay with you. Baby, what else can I say? Infatuated, and I'll always stay with you. Darling, I'm always dreaming of you, and you never seem to leave my mind. Even when I'm not asleep, your voice fills my head, and I can't seem to escape you. Even when I'm not asleep, your voice fills my head, and I can't seem to escape you.
Awesome. I'm so excited for this took a year.
Yeah,
It took a year and it
seriously.
finally happened. I'm super happy that you
year.
came.
Me
And
too.
now I want to ask you, what's next? What's to be expected for next year, excuse me?
Yeah, so Let You Go, one of the songs I played, is actually coming out as a music video early next year, early 2018. So
Well, I'm
it's
super
in the works.
excited. Super
Yeah,
excited.
me too.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
and
for
being
having
so.
me. This is awesome.
Hopefully you can come back next year.
Absolutely,
Awesome. Again, people, like I always say, keep it soulful. And thanks again to my artist that came on today, Caylody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome.